Sup y'all, my name is Raf. I am a software engineer and casual film photographer. In this video I want to talk a bit about Ansel and how you can use it to organize, convert, and edit your film scans. For just a bit of background, I've always enjoyed tinkering with the different parts of the film photography process, but I found the digital side of things to be a bit frustrating. Converting and editing them got to be pretty complicated. I had to use a variety of different tools. They didn't all work well together. I had to tweak too many dials and settings, and I had to pay a monthly subscription. So that's why I decided to build Ansel. Ansel is an all-in-one suite to organize film scans, easily convert negatives, and offers powerful, streamlined tools to edit film photos. With all that out of the way, let's jump on the computer and see how you can use Ansel in your film photography workflow. So with Ansel opened up, I'll start by importing a folder which contains a bunch of scans from a recent trip to Croatia. I'll input some metadata that I have here. This will help later in just organizing photos and is also what Ansel uses to figure out how to convert your negative. I'm also going to add a camera since I don't have any stored here, and this was taken on the Minolta CLE. And I'll just go ahead and import these photos. Okay, so with this roll imported, I'm going to find a photo that I want to edit, and I think I'll start with this one. So I'll go ahead and either open up the process pane by hitting this button or just clicking P on my keyboard. And you'll see that Ansel immediately converts this negative. So first I'll just right size this, and looking at the colors, I'm able to adjust the color cast removal here, but I think overall this conversion went pretty well, and I'm not going to change anything. When importing negatives that need to be converted in Ansel, it's important to maintain some of the frame border. As you can see, I've done that here. But now that the conversion is done, I'll just crop out the artifacts from the scan and the frame border. Okay, with that done, I'll go and start editing this photo like I would with any other photo. And I can open up the edit pane by clicking this button or by hitting E on my keyboard. And you can see I have all of the typical adjustments you'd expect to see in an editing suite. So I can adjust my light, my levels here, I can adjust the saturation and vibrance, and the color grading as well. In terms of light, I think I'll boost the clarity a bit to bring out some of the contrast in the midtones, really here in the bricks and in the shrubbery. So I'm just going to increase that a bit. Other than that, I think the light in this photo is fine. One more thing that I want to tweak though is the color grading. It was hitting golden hour when I took this photo, and I really want that to come across. Really what I'm going to do is add some orange into the highlights to really get that sunset golden hour effect going. So I'll start by just really cranking up the intensity on the highlights color grading just to see what I'm affecting. And I'll select sort of an orange yellow hue, and I'll turn back the intensity to something that's actually reasonable, that really represented what I saw when I took this photo. That looks good. I think I might also, just to contrast that, add a little bit of blues to the shadows. So I'll do the same thing with the shadows here by cranking up the intensity, except this time I'll add some blue tones and I'll really dial that back just to have a little bit of that, mostly in the shadows here. And overall, I think that's the only thing I'll edit with this photo. To actually see the changes we've made, I can hit the backslash on my keyboard, and that will show the before and after. And you can see we've just tweaked a few of the things, and I think it makes the golden hour effect really come through. So the last thing I'll do is open up the Enhance panel, which I can do by clicking this button or just by hitting X on my keyboard. And from here, I can remove any dust or scratches that may have happened during the scanning process and tweak the sharpening. I see a few dust spots here that I'll remove, so I'll just go ahead and turn on the masks to see what I'm drawing out and increase the brush size a bit. Alright, and I think those were the only two pieces of dust on this scan, so I'll go ahead and turn off the mask. And you can see it removed the dust that was on the film. And the last thing I'll do is just tweak the sharpening to bring out the grain in the photo. So I'll start by increasing the radius a bit and then tweak the strength until I get to a point that I'm happy with, which I think is about here. And that's about everything I'll do to this photo. So I'll go back to the gallery. I can either hit the button here or just hit G on my keyboard. One last thing I want to show is the ability to quickly copy the recipe that was used to convert this scan to other scans in this roll. So with this photo selected, I'll just hit copy recipe, and I can quickly start applying the negative conversion to other scans in this roll. And as you can see, this quickly converts the negatives and gives me a very good starting point for the editing and enhancing process for these scans. So I'll just hit done copying, and now I can go ahead and start editing the rest of these scans. So I hope you found that informative. If you want to check out Ansel, you can visit ansel.film. If you have any questions, feel free to send an email to hi@ansel.film. Thanks for checking out this video. Take care.